Alright, boys, welcome to a podcast with Double M. Here we are, out on a first class flight. I thought no better place to jump on and do a little podcast, drop some game for the guys, take a little reflection, take you through my journey, and like I say, no better place to do it. So I'm gonna start things out. Who even am I? Right? Double M, Money Mason fucking Monahan. Right? What do? Do OFM, an OnlyFans manager. It's based out of the UK, recently moved to Dubai. Currently on a flight here, heading back to the UK, Manchester. We've got a nice weekend ahead. I've got a private members event that we're hosting. A lot of the guys are based in the UK, so it made sense to fly back for that. Like I say, explained a bit about what it is that I do. OnlyFans managing, obviously, we're managing talent on the platform of OnlyFans, scaling up their accounts from whatever they was doing previously, 5, 10, in some cases even 30x their accounts, taking girls from $50 a month all the way 30, 40k a month plus. Obviously, out here right now, we're in one of the first class suites on the flight back to Manny. So, obviously, a lot of people will be looking at me thinking, oh wow, how's this young lad, like, young boy, only just 22, getting a first class flight back. And in all honesty, I wouldn't have pictured myself here a little while ago either. So this is a lesson to you as well. In here, make sure that you are taking note of any gems I mention and relay back to you, because I've got a nice story behind me, and it's only chapter whatever it's 22. We've still got so much more to go. So, like you say, you want to wonder how I even ended up getting here. Persistence and hard work at the right business model all paid off eventually. And this is not to say that I can't lose it all tomorrow, whatever it is. I can't, because I've now built up skill sets which are going to be with me for a lifetime. So make sure when you are starting out in business, you're going for one that is going to allow you to be paid forever. I'm now a beast at social media marketing, sales, all different elements. And on top of this, with scaling our agency to currently at around 400k a month, we've also given back and created a community OF Money, which is now aimed at helping other people get their agencies from either A to B, starting out on OFM, or pre-existing agencies go from B to C, scaling themselves up from whatever revenue they're at per month now, into that multi-5, even pushing into that 6 figures per month. So really good community we got going on. Like I say, if this is the first time you're hearing about me or what it is I do, check the bio below, the comments below, whatever it is, the little description, and down there you're going to find out a private Telegram where I'm posting daily game and information about OFM, also a bit of behind the scenes of my lifestyle. Plus, on top of this, there's a link to our free training where you go ahead and watch that. You can get started in OFM today, so there's really no downside to that. Go ahead and check that out, and if you find it valuable, go ahead and book in a call with myself, and I'll be able to drop some free gems for you for your exact position on the call about how you can scale the fastest. So a little bit about me, what it is that I do, where it is I've come from. But if I'm going to be on here doing a podcast, I'm going to take this all the way back to the beginning, because I feel like people who see someone in my position, they have that disparity of connect, and you feel like it's never achievable for yourself. I'm telling you it is. So, where did I start out? So I'm 22 now. I started in trying business probably around 18, so this was coronavirus times. I scrolling through Instagram, see someone trading online, and I was trying to be a forex trader. I thought, some quick money, jumped in a signals group, lost that shit in like 2 days. And you got to remember, these times I was still coming out of sixth form. I was pretty clever in school. Like I always say to people, like, even if you're at school and you think, oh, this life isn't for me, but don't just think you can not abide to some of the school rules. Like, school actually taught me a lot. Like, you actually learn some stuff. You learn that you never want to fucking be there and you don't want to listen to anybody there. But I mean, like, the basics, right? Like, people think like, oh yeah, I can just come out of primary school. Like, kids are being indoctrinated from a very young age, like, yeah, fuck school, but you're retarded and you're never going to make it. So obviously I was pretty clever at school, come out of that, and I knew I was going to go straight into a job. I didn't want to go to uni because I didn't want to do more education. I didn't like school, but it was just something that while I was there, I was in a lot of the top sets. Like I said, I was clever, so I thought, while I'm here, I might as well utilise it and just do the work. There's really no downside. My mind can be elsewhere. It don't really matter. But my friends and stuff was not the most smartest, and they was in bottom sets. And that's my school from. That's my friends from school. And if you look at where I am now and where a lot of them are, that's one way to sort of weigh things up as well. And my drive and ambition is really what pushed me to these heights. So like I say, come out of sixth form, I was a pot wash, bro. I used to literally wash plates for like £6.50 an hour. Got treated like a dickhead by the boss. Used to hate that job as well. But I was doing that, and then obviously we got the furlough scheme. My boy's dad was the manager of Tesco, and he just said, look, pull up, you can get a job here. And I'm like, bless, like, this is a nice little bit of money while everyone's complaining they're all inside. I can be earning money at Tesco. This was. So I was behind the counters there, wearing a mask like a dickhead, serving people behind the till, and it was all like these weird rules and stuff, and super annoying. Either way, so I'm there for like a year now, through the obviously pandemic, whatever. And I've stacked up a bit of cash, been just boozing and working, like there was nothing else to do, playing Warzone or whatever it was. So it was only like 2 years ago. It's 2024 now, so, okay, 2021, 2022. So I was doing that, like I say, humble beginnings. And so I was come across one of them Forex ads. And in doing so, there was a guy called Lack, dickhead, scammer, joined his signals group. Like I say, I was trading for a little while. I think I made like £70 one trade out of like £300 because I was doing super high lot sizes. And I made like £10. When I met my best friend, I said to him, bro, like, we're rich forever now. Like, if this works, I was like, sitting with him in a field, drinking beers, like, placed a trade, was up like £8. I was like, bro, like, this is it, £8. What the fuck? Anyway, placed some trades late that night. Obviously, I go home, I go to sleep, wake up the next day, account's gone. I was like, what's going on here? Like, that was 300 of my hard-earned pound. I think I was on like £1,000 a month, so 30% of my income. I didn't have that spare to be, just throwing down the drain. That's another thing as well. Like, make sure you're protecting your capital that you're making. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, take the risk, but like, don't take uncalculated risks. There's no need for it. There's no upside to it. Like, even now, in the position I'm in, I've taken some risks and I'll try things out. They've not been without calculation. I'm not just doing things randomly. This one here, like, yeah, I guess it was calculated. I thought it was going to take me clear. But when you look into the trading game a little deeper and understand things at a more fundamental level, I know it's all a scam now. So anyway, was doing that for a while, lost some money, and I realised, and I thought, you know what, if I've lost money, clearly there is money to be made here. So I went down a whole Forex rabbit hole, and I was down that for like 2 years. I was just trying to learn Forex. I did 3 online courses. I invested so much time into it every day, waking up, live trading the markets, getting involved in it, learning, forward testing, back testing, trying new strategies, all this different stuff, learn about Forex psychology. And you know what, shout to my dad, because my dad is actually the main sole reason I'm here today, because that guy built me up to be the man I am. And if it wasn't for him in the beginning, I would not have had some of the personality traits required in order to actually go on to make it in life. So he taught me discipline, waking up early, getting things done. He taught me perseverance. He taught me to never give up. He was always rooting for me. And he taught me just a little bit of level of confidence as well, which you need. You need a bit of delusional confidence, especially if you think you're going to make it in life, because you know what, if you've got big goals, they don't align with anybody else. No one's ever going to believe in them, and no one did from my back home. You know what, a lot of my close friends, I had 2 or 3 close friends who said, you know what, yeah, you're going to be successful out of everyone we know. My mum, bless her, she never believed in me. She thought I was delusional. And my old man, though, luckily, he backed a good horse. So as I was progressing, I was learning Forex. I used to literally work side by side here and wake up early in the morning, going to the gym every day with him as well, instilling that discipline, good diet. So we continued with a few of these things, and eventually it just wasn't working out. I was in trading for like a year and a half and hadn't made any money. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I still believed in it, and I was still at Tesco, and I told everyone at Tesco to do my funded challenges. So I'm like, next month I'm going to leave Tesco, I'm going clear, They was all like, oh yeah, right mate, you told us that last month. I'm like, nah, seriously, I've got it this time. And I was getting close to my funded challenge, then I would go all the way back down. There was lots of ups and downs. But anyway, obviously I was trading, then August 2022 is where I had a girl at the time, and I lost my funded challenge. I was like, fuck. Right, back to square one. And then August, September. September's when OFM kind of come on the radar for me. So I had a good friend from back home who was also trying to do business. He didn't want to go to uni, didn't want to adhere to that normal lifestyle. He was working at Waitrose at the time. This is my business partner this day, Mr. Tom Hutz. Guy's an absolute savage in business, savage in every realm of life, you know what. And he's one of the other people I attribute most of my success to this day. So again, so we kind of worked together on a few other businesses as well. So we tried a clothing line together. He's tried many other businesses like SMMA. We tried a bit of e-com, but we obviously saw that where we was in our local hometown from Hertfordshire, Welling, there's fuck all going on there. No one's ever made it out. No one does make it out. We're like the only two, bar a couple other people, who have gone on to do anything significant and actually make something of themselves in life. Hello, sir. Alright, big boss locked it off. Apparently this is something he needs to speak to me about. Anyway, where was I? So I think I was speaking about my biz partner. We've tried a few different things now. Nothing's really worked out, and we understood that where we are, it's just me and him with this mindset. It's super hard to grow. So he's come across an online network, and this was new to us completely. We're like, oh, what even is this? And we've gone to a few networking events. Like, we understand that your network is your net worth, that cliche bullshit saying. And networking even the saying, such bullshit as well. Oh, let's network, G, fuck off. But at the higher level, you just have high level conversations with other successful people, and that's the true networking. True networking isn't done at these events. It's going out for private dinners with top level people, and really the only way to get there is either earn your way there or pay your way there. So we paid our way into this private network. He joined first and said, yeah, it's mad valuable. There's loads of other young entrepreneurs, hustlers. And so this was pretty cool for him firstly, and then he got me inside and for me as well. And so I think about a month later, September, October times, he's gone to a meetup in London. There's like 5 or 6 from this community. It was actually still relatively small. But while he was there, he met another one of our good friends, Mr. Luca, Mr. LV. And as he's met him, Luca explained that, like, yo, I've just jumped on this brand new business model called OFM. And it was one of the side hustles in this group chat, but we hadn't given it much attention. Obviously, I was still wrapped up in trading. My boy was still wrapped up in SMMA and copywriting at this point. And Luca goes, yeah, like, I started it around a month ago and I've done 30k my first month. Me and Tom looked at it. Tom come back from this meetup and just said, bro, I don't care what you're doing now. Me and you are doubling down on this business model. We're taking it seriously. And that's when I first got introduced to OFM. And you know what? The best decision of my entire life was when he came back and explained to me the things that he had heard in that meetup, the game he was dropped, and the game plan for me and him going forward. He doubled the fuck down. And look, here I am now today, telling the story back again. So as he's come back, me and Tom met up, and for the next like 30 days we were meeting. This is September 2022. We're now in May 2024, so we're like 1.5 years ahead. I mean, a lot can change in 1.5 years, as I'm showing you here today. So we learned about OFM, and instantly we just realised, like, okay, what's the game plan? We need a model. Let's get to fucking DMing. We went to London, grabbed some cigars at Scar Lounge, took a couple of pics, threw that on our Instagram. This is when obviously takes just come on the scene as well. It started blowing up. So I thought, yeah, get a picture of a cigar, we'll look cool, like real OFMGs, dickheads. But then get to running some shit DM script. I think I used to say, like, hey, I've seen you on OnlyFans. There's a few pointers that I can give you that can really boost your account. Let me know if you'd be interested. Picture of a cherry emoji or something. Somehow that landed us a couple of models. So I think in the first like couple of weeks of sending that, I've gone back and forth for a model, and I signed her this American model. Absolutely, and I've still got her to this day, bless her. She's not a high quality model at all. She's probably about a 3 out of 10, lives in a caravan, but yeah, we've still got her to this day. I just manage her just for the pure nostalgia now. So obviously we've doubled down, we've got a couple of models on board, September, October times. I think into November is when we actually signed our models and started pushing them, scaling them. So she was doing around $200 a month. I think the first month with us, we jumped on the chats, we started pushing some marketing, some Reddit, some Instagram, some Twitter, got a few subs in. I think we pushed it to like 2k a month the next month. This is November. We had another set of creators on as well who was doing around $600 a month. We pushed them up to like 1.8k. So we're taking 50% of this as our first online money. And then in December times, shit really changed for us. So back end of November, this is one of the biggest gems, one of the biggest things that we learned. We kind of stumbled across this lesson is leverage. So when you're using leverage in your business, you're either leveraging your time, other people, or other people's money, or your own money, but you're really leveraging your own money to get your time back, really. So we learned the thing of leverage and leveraging other people. So we was obviously outreaching people. Tom outreached someone on Instagram, and their boyfriend replied and said, hold on, what's this you're talking about? How come you can scale accounts? What do you mean? Like, my girlfriend's on and she's not doing amazing, but how can you scale her account up? Tom jumped on the call, explained to this guy how exactly we're going to do it, sales him down. He goes, you know what? I'm a big male creator in the OF space. I can bring you multiple girls. If we can do this, you give me a percentage split, and we're happy days. Me and Tom just was like, oh my God, we've just found the plug. We've just got models on tap. We've just solved the biggest bottleneck in OF. This is how I always tell people as well. Like, I tell people this openly. Go and grab some referrals. Put more soldiers in the field, even early days. Me and Tom was 1 month into this. We had a guy bringing us 5 to 10 girls a week. We actually signed them all at the start and realised that's a bad move. We just picked the best of the bunch, all the high quality models. So again, so we've got all these models on board. He started bringing us models through, and he brought us this one model, very niche, so super high quality model for us. And she was very slow in starting out, but we knew the opportunity we was on, so we had to get her launched. So this is probably start of December. We've probably gone from like 2 models up to like 12 models. Like, we've taken every model on that he's brought through, and he's obviously in the space. He's done a lot of collabs. He's just known in the space, so he was able to bring these models on board to us by jumping on them. He thought he was the best salesman of all time, so he was able to jump on board and sales game them down and get them signed to our agency. Bear in mind, I've missed a couple crucial steps from this story. In November, my dad moves house, and he's got this granny annex outside. It's like this shed, but it's not a fully inbuilt granny annex. It's like half done, where the last people who was living there started it and didn't finish it. So it's like a floor, there's like a kitchen area, but it's super run down, and it's just like basically a shed outside. Me and Tom went in there, we put a desk up, a long desk, like 3 meter desk against the wall, and we used to just sit in there and work. There's like 1 bar of Wi-Fi, but obviously where we was, we couldn't sit and work 22 hours a day in our parents' house, like in our bedrooms. It was getting weird, and our parents were like, my dad used to come down. We used to work in like the living area and in my kitchen table, because this was the best place for us, just me and Tom to be together, grafting out work. And then it just used to be like, my stepmom might come down, she'd be like, why is Tom downstairs at 4 a.m. sitting at the monitor still? Like, obviously they didn't understand it at this time, and we was trying to still keep it a little bit low key, because I wasn't sure about how other people would take me doing OFM, obviously managing OnlyFans models, and this kind of stuff. So, he's just doing some social media bits, they're grafting hard, blah blah. I downplayed it. So my dad is a G about this. Right? My dad's like, you boys, you're gonna smash it. Like, he just always believed in me. He's like, this guy's a legend. I can't wait to. This guy's know he's good for life after we hit certain levels. Good for life now, anyway. But like I say. So we've moved into there. We're there like every day from November to like mid-January. It's cold as fuck in the UK. There's no heating. Tom brought a radiator from his mum's house, and we used to like take turns on fucking who can be as close to it as possible. We would obviously we was just graft mode, so we had a little bit of cash around us, and we would just go to the shop. My dad would always buy beers, and he'd leave them. There's a big fridge outside, so we'd graft all day. The only restaurant open late at night. So we'd graft all day, make like $300 on OnlyFans, be like, okay, a couple £100 up for the day, and then we'd be like, all right, well, we're hungry, so we'd order a Domino's, have a couple beers, maybe load up a Paddy Power or something, and just gamble like £70 to £100, double it, and we was on a good win streak for like a month. I'm not even gonna lie. So like I say, when you're on the come up, it's not all fucking, I've got to hustle, I've got to do my morning routine. Bro, have some fucking fun, enjoy the come up. Otherwise you're just gonna be like, I've got no good stories to tell. Like, I'm telling this story now, like, it's super funny, sick to look back on as well. Like, don't want to look back on, they'll come up and be like, yeah, I was so strict and now it's worked out. Nah, I was fucking around gambling and boozing with my best friend, eating Domino's at 3 a.m. because it's the only thing open, and I'm still here to this day. It's a way funnier story, bro. So we signed this model and we got her launched, and the funny thing about launching her is we launched her with just some Instagram pictures, and the content that she used, that we had for her, barely anything. So pricing super high, and anyway, we launched her account. Instantly, we did like 4K in our first day. This is when we clocked like, okay, we're never going back to the normal life. Tom had already quit his job. He'd come back from a holiday in Greece. I think mid-December, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this shit for these people anymore. And then from there, he obviously wanted me to quit my job, and I was like, I wanted to make some cash online first. So I eventually obviously ended up quitting my job. I once we made that 4K online, this was the 16th of December, I remember the day we launched it. And a week later is when I quit my job. Nothing as well, so on the 1st of December I actually had a car crash. I was in a very bad way, and so that put me hospital bound for a few days, and meant that I need to obviously get my head down. I really need to scale things up at this point, because I had a car crash, I'm in hospital, but I've got now time on my hands, so I've been signed off from work for like 4 weeks, so now I can really double down the OFM thing. I remember I've been released or whatever, and I'm in bed still, I'm still a bit fucked up. It's like I think it's the 11th of December actually, and I'm laying there and Tom's like, yo, look, we're going to launch this model tonight, can you just check over the chats, make sure everything's all cool. Anyway, this is when life changed forever. We launched the model, and I jumped on the chats, I think it was like 10 p.m, didn't get off until 4 a.m. Tom jumps on at he's on at the same time as me, and then all to the next day, and then Tom comes to my house the very next day, and from there it was 22-hour days, rotational shifts, someone was online 24/7, never offline, and from here we were just putting in mad work. Like, people be like, oh, what do you attribute your success to, like this, that? But I'm telling you right now, just work fucking hard. If you want something in life, work hard for it, put the reps in, try, do something. You're like, oh yeah, well, I tried this for a couple of months. No bro, like, try it for like a year straight, put that fucking work in, put the time in, and then you might see some success. And when you see the successes, or when you see the losses, when you see a loss, learn from it as fast as possible. So because we was working so hard and so fast, we was able to read out what works and what doesn't, and when we found something that worked, we doubled down. So it's just like, does it work? Yes, no. Yes, double down. Does it work? No. Try something else. Does it work? Yes, double down. You just follow that path and just keep fucking going. You reiterate that so many more times, and eventually you're going to find like the winning formula or whatever it is. So here we've launched this model. We've obviously done 4K in our first day. I said, yeah, no, I'm definitely quitting my job. I think I drove over to the Tesco I was working at, and I hadn't been there for like 3 weeks, handed my notice. This was Christmas Eve now. Christmas Eve, it shuts in like 5 minutes. It's like just closing, and Tom's driven me over there. I've gone for a couple of pints, I've handed in my notice, and I'm like, fuck you. She's like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, yeah, no, I'm just running up a little business. She sniggered and laughed and said, oh, good luck. Because I was obviously finally leaving after telling people I'm going to leave for the last year. And no, I just thought about it. I thought, you're a fucking bitch. But guess what? I don't care. Because now I'm here in first class on my flight back from Dubai to Manchester, and I bet her husband still fucking hates her. And I do too, dumb bitch. Anyway, keeping it moving. We're scaling up this account now. Now it's gone to January, and in this first month we've done like 16k. And obviously we're taking 50% of that, so we're like, lovely. Goes into January, and we keep working this account. We've got some chatters on board now, so obviously we're networking with people, and now we've got some results to back it. People take us more seriously, and people are happy to share information with you when you're achieving something yourself. You know what? They're not reluctant to hold back. They're like, oh, well, this person might have something to offer me back as well, and we did. We told people about recruiting methods. We told people about the models we're managing and stuff like this. So in doing that, we then scaled this account up to like 50k a month within January, and then by February we was already on 120k a month with this model. Like, her account was scaled up crazy. We was building the social medias out, they was blowing up. We mastered some IG early on in the game, had some posts blowing up. We had a few other models that we was able to sign through this model now. So now we was looking at like other leverage points, and we was now signing models through this big model. Because she has a big following now, like her account's grown very quick, her OF is printing big numbers. For us to go to a girl or another model now and say like, look, we can do the same for you, they're like, yeah, sure, let's go. What do I have to do? Boom, they put in the work, we send them over the content plan, they get it done, we start scaling up their account. And the thing with OFM is, once you learn the fundamentals, you know, it's social media marketing to get subscribers in, sales to them subscribers, and then scaling with chatters, with VAs, with automations. Once you've got all them fundamentals and know exactly what to do for bringing in traffic and selling to them and like acquiring more talent, bro, it's rinse and repeatable. You're rich forever. And the thing about OnlyFans, it's not going anywhere. There's always going to be lonely men online. There's always going to be people who need that fulfillment, that void in their life filled. So you're never going to be out of pocket. You know what? You just keep doubling it down, and you hone in on that strength. And once you've got this skill set, you're good forever. So at this point here, as we've scaled up her account, we're doing well now. We've been in Dubai with this other networking group, and things are scaling up. And then from here, like, look, we've got to move out my dad's shed now. By this point, we've started making some good cash. We're stacking cash as well, but we're spending a lot. We're now getting accustomed to dinners, going out, doing this and that. And so we were trying to get a place in Manchester. This is a super funny story. I'm going to tell it in just 2 minutes. I'm going to pause this here, grab another drink. I'm going to tell this story. All right. Cheers. The best part about this now is I know exactly where I was. So this is when we realised we had to move out, and obviously we've now understood the power of network, we've understood the power of knowledge, we've understood the power of discipline, hard work. And now it was like one of the new tenants was like, okay, well, we're still just in my dad's shed in our small hometown. We need to get out to a big town, and this is not only going to expand our network, it's going to expand our aspiration and open our eyes to the next level. So we do like this kind of funnel, which is like, in your hometown, you move to Manchester, you move to Deansgate Square, which is like one of the renowned buildings there where a lot of entrepreneurs go. It's quite lit for like a lot of young, it's like a trendy kind of place, whatever. So we're trying to get an apartment there, or like Elizabeth Tower, like one of the ones in Manchester, one of the renowned ones. And super funny how it goes apartments. This is the story I want to tell you, it's funny. This is a story about, you've got to believe in yourself, and you've got to, at any stage of business, you've got to understand finesse. So this is another trend that I always tell people, like another lesson that, this is another lesson that a lot of people under or overestimate, is the power of finesse. A lot of people don't have this, and this is why their businesses fail. Me and Tom have got amazing finesse, and that's how we've been able to get to a lot of places that we've been wanting to go to, understanding human chess, how to play the game, right? Some people just lack it. Me and Tom have always been good at it, and this story is going to show you how good we are at it. So we're outreaching landlords, like we want an apartment here. Bear in mind, we've just started OFM, we've just started getting cash outs. This is in April or February. In March, right? No, in February, March. Let me get this right, in 2023. Yeah, 2023. So we've only just started getting money, so this account's made 100k. We had a problem with the banking, so that's a whole nother story, which I don't even want to get into on this pod. I will actually, let me touch on it quickly. This account's making 100k. We helped the model with the banking, and she was cashing out, and then her bank got frozen, and she couldn't attach another one because, bless her, she wasn't the brightest spark. And so in February, me and Tom had gone to Prague, and so she had troubles cashing out, and so she couldn't attach her bank. So I had to fly back from Prague. So bear in mind, we've only got a couple K in our bank account. We've moved out to a new city. We're understanding that we need to move to a new city at this point, and like lock in and work in a new apartment, just me and him, Wi-Fi, bucking, let's get to it. And so we've got a few K in our bank. Cash outs are coming in, and cash outs stop completely. And at this point, we're like, fuck. Like the tap's turned off, right? I've got no money coming in. I've become accustomed to spending, we're eating out like twice a day, like £200-300 a day on food, random other little shit, clothes, this, that, and like got super accustomed to this lifestyle. So as that stopped, me and Tom are still in Prague for like another month or so. So anyway, we're living in Prague. We're expecting cash outs to come the very next day, and then we wake up to find out the accounts are locked. So Tom's bought a new Montclair, spent his last piece on that, because we're about to get like 4 or 5k each the next day when we wake up. It doesn't happen. So I had to fly back from Prague to the UK, take the model to the bank, sort things out, and like, this was all in like a 24-hour period. This was on Valentine's Day as well. A whole load of techie shit happened there, but me and Tom have always been masters at chess and staying on top and sorting out problems. So you've got to judge a man by the side of his problems. If he's never encountered any problems in his life, you can't trust him. He's simply not a worthy ally in the pursuit of battle, because you don't know that when shit hits the fan, he's there ready to go with you. However, I know with Tom, we've encountered some big ass losses together, and from that we've only ever bounced back, doubled down, and then gone on to achieve way more, and that shit don't even faze us anymore. So that's another thing that you can do as well. If someone's just starting out in business, they need to go through some tests before they know they're really ready for it. But let me get back to the Manchester story. So we're outreaching landlords, and this one guy messaged back, and we're going into conversation with, so no one's taking us serious, because all these apartments, it's just before summer, they fly off the shelf. They're very sought after. And he's like, yeah, great. So can you just send me over some bank details and stuff like that? Send me yours and Mason's accounts. Bear in mind, I've got 3k in my bank account. Tom's got about £800 in one of his bank accounts. We have some other we have like a bunch of other bank accounts as well. But we sent them over to him and he's like, do you realise you're trying to move into a £3,000 a month apartment and the put down is 4.5k and it's a 1 year contract? And we're just like, yeah, of course, like that's why we've applied for it. He's like, you don't even have enough for the minimum. We're like, no, we've got money coming. Like, yeah, we've got a business, we do social media management. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, you're never going to get through with this. So we're going back and forth with him, and obviously we're doing big cash outs from our client's account. And he's like, look, I can't accept this. Like, look at your bank statements. You've got 20k in, 19k out, and you're left with like 1k. He's like, you can't even afford this. We're like, no, we can. Anyway, we're going back and forth. We think about how can we prove to him that we're making a lot of money. And I've sent him a few other banks, and anyway, we've accumulated a little bit more money. So we've got a few k each now. We're like, look, we're ready to go on this. He's like, look, I just can't accept it. So we sent him the OnlyFans cash out statement. And bear in mind, on this cash out statement, obviously we're making 100k a month. There's 20k, 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 20k. And we've had like 3-4 accounts. Our other accounts are like 5k, 10k, 5k, 8k. And we've got a couple of accounts like that. We're like, look, we manage these talents on this platform. And look, we've got money coming in, we've got a good business. We submitted that to him and we just thought, look, if we can pull this off, we're the masters at finessing. And you know what he come back with? He said, look, if you can get a guarantor and you can put down the minimum deposit, if you can do all these things, we're like, yes, let's do it. And the landlord signed it off. So the OnlyFans cash out got us a premium apartment in Deansgate. We were living up on like the 50th floor. So like this was a premium apartment, super nice. Like me and Tom are gassed, like yeah, we're moving up to the big leagues. Anyway, so moving there 1st of April, we get everything signed off. Because we actually are making good money, so we pay everything, get everything signed off. And yeah, we move into there. We was there for about a year. See, look, we had our fair share of ups and downs. While we was there, we understood that we had a good bank of models. This is when a few more things changed. But look, we need more models, and we knew Manchester was a good hub for models as well, which is why we moved into this building. We knew a lot of OnlyFans models lived in this building. So we started getting our name out there. We showed a lot of our results. Obviously, we still had the 100k a month model, plus a few others, and some big names, some big like social media names signed to our agency. So we've networked with now people in this building and got our name out there. Again, someone in the building has referred us a model, which we took from $50 a month up to 30k plus. And this was in like 2023 November times. So like a lot happens in a year. During the summer, we just stayed locked in working, doing little bits here and there, gone out with friends a few times, but we mostly stayed locked in working, scaling the agency, scaled it probably from about 150k to around 200k a month. And this is where things really took off around November times, where, like I said, we took this new model on, scaled her up, and then we always wanted a few other models. We kept our word out there, took another couple of models on, scaled our agency up again. We lost our other big talent, she just ended up leaving. A couple of the other models left as well, just purely because they get offered lower deals by crappy agencies, and they go on to take them like, yeah, we can manage you for 20%, and they think, yeah, I'm now going to get another 30% back off this agency, but they don't realise that 20% is because they can't put up any good work. Yeah, I can take a model on for 20%. I'm not going to do any fucking work on her account. I'm not going to have the margins there enough to put the work in required to scale her account up. That's another thing with people in the industry at the moment, which is kind of annoying, but happens. So going forward, took on a few more models, and this is going to bring us up to, yeah, I'll say November, December times, scaling up more models. Took a new model up to from 5k a month up to another 100 plus k a month, actually up to 150k a month, December, January and February of this year. She's got a bit complacent, so results have dropped. She's only now doing 100. And we've got a few other models in the agency who are also at kind of that level. So the agency, like I say, from here to around 400k a month. So, like I say, that's a very quick synopsis of my story, a few things that went on, and kind of where things are at now. So when we was on the back end, I'm going to touch on a few more things while I'm here. I've got you here. So this is going to be a good game for you all. I know you've taken a lot of gems away from this, and I'm going to keep touching on some more. So when we was on the back end of 2023, a lot of people was asking us, like, how do you do this, how do you do that? And that's when we started OF Money, the private group, and started helping out others and doing the same, because we realized, look, we've got this skill set, we're scaling models left, right and center, we know what to do. We can then monetize this, sending the information back to people, but not even that, it's more for the point of helping others do the same. Plus, in a selfish aspect, I've now built a network of 200 plus members. All these motherfuckers are killing it in OFM. I've now got 200 friends who are all on 10 to 100k a month. Life's fucking brilliant. So like, having rich friends is so much more fun. You go out to dinner, like you go out to dinner now with your boys at Prezzo. Oh, should we split the tab? Oh, I only got a Coke, I didn't get a beer, so mine's £2 less. Fuck off, I go out to dinner with my friends now with Farrow, who picks up like a £500, £1,000 tab. They're friends you want to be around. So again, that comes down to your network. So we started the OF Money private group, which is now aimed at scaling other agencies, helping people jump into this business model, plus people who already existing, get the fundamentals down pat. Obviously, we've tried and tested fucking everything. We've been in the game for 1.5 years, so we know the best way to run your agency. So we've got a full A to Z course in there, plus different private rooms, live calls every week, help from me and Tom where we can, plus admins of the group, and everyone in there helping each other as well. It's a band of brothers who are all looking to scale up within this business model. So we've started that, and so now that's just my focus, is another thing as well. So you want to have your focus directed in the right way on the right things. If I'm too spread out trying to do e-com, trying to do SMMA, trying to do OFM, you're never going to achieve anything. I picked OFM, I ran with it, I doubled down. Once I got that to an automated level, I helped others do the same, and now I've just got these two businesses running side by side, and they're my main focus. I'm not going to divert from here. I'm not going to do something I don't know. I'm not going to try and work on my weaknesses, because this is another thing that people always have as well. Like, oh, if you've got a weakness, you need to make it better. Or you've got the other antonym, whatever it is doubling down on your strengths. And I always believe in doubling down on your strengths and also learning and understanding parts of your weaknesses. But you don't need to be doubling. Why would you double down on them? There's no ROI. You outsource them tasks you're not good at, which is something that a lot of people don't understand. And another big lesson is when you start making cash, when you start getting money, something that I didn't do is reinvesting into your business. Understand that all that money you make through your business is not yours. Me and Tom, like I said at the start, when I told you about that first story about the product, we thought that every penny we made was ours to make and keep and spend. And that's how we had a few pitfalls to begin with. But now we understand that a lot of the money we make goes straight back into the business in terms of scaling, hiring, research and development, all these things that get overlooked and can really help with your scaling. So yeah, that's where we're at the moment. Like I say, a quick round off of where things are at. We're now May 2024. Agency's doing around 400k a month. Got members of the group doing one guy's doing 600k a month. We've got a few others at 100k a month. Very many at that 10k a month to 50k a month mark, and then a few others who are just starting out, making their first few k a month online. And it's really good to see that people are now quitting their jobs. People are not conforming to them societal constraints, and they're really leveling up the way they want to as a man. So that's a little bit about me, my story, a little, First Class Fight podcast. It's been a pleasure to speak to you all here, and like I say, in the comments below you're going to be able to find their links to my Telegram, links to my private free training, and get in touch with us about scaling up your OFM. There's no reason why, now that you've learned about this business model, you don't go ahead and get started. I see so many people, oh yeah, I heard about OFM a couple of years ago. Imagine you started a couple of years ago, you'd be in my position. But instead, you passed up the opportunity, you wait for the right time, which by the way, never comes. The right time is now. And when I say the right time is now, you might think, oh, well, I don't actually have the time, I work, I go gym, I do something. Make the fucking time, G. Don't sleep for 2 days if you can't. That's what I was doing at the start. It depends how much you want it. I just want it more than you, and I go out and get it. And it's down to you. No one's coming to save you. I will come and save you, I will help you, of course, but no one's genuinely come to save you. I'm not going to build your agency for you and be like, oh look, it's 50k a month, G. Oh yeah, you just do nothing. No bro, you have to go and build it out yourself, and it feels so much better when you build it yourself as well. And you make way more money from it. You learn so much more skills, you level up as a man, you become that guy you've always wanted to be, you become that guy that your family always wanted you to be, and so there's really no downside. Like I say, future goals as well, obviously we're currently still scaling the agency, $500,000 a month, $750,000 a month, helping others do the same, getting more people in the private group, and really helping them scale things up. More mentees quitting their jobs, scaling up to $100K a month as well. Just life's good. That's really the main focus is. And then obviously giving back to family and helping them out where I can. That's the biggest blessing. Like I say, I'm currently now Dubai on the way back to Manchester. Private members event in 2 days. I think I've touched on it, but little do they know I've already booked 10 hosts to come to the club. So like I say, it's work, it's this, it's that, but you've got to have a good bit of partying when you're young as well. When you're young, lit, making money, we're going to be in the club probably 10 of us deep, a few tables, hella hoes, some bottle shows and shit. Oh, it's wasting money. Well, fuck off, you're poor. So gonna have a lit time with the guys. We've got a private members event first, so we're all gonna meet up somewhere. I've booked out like half of a rooftop bar, but we're gonna go chop up game, actually speak with each other and network it down, Gonna be super fun. Also get to see some of the guys, speak to some of the guys about their progress, help them with some of their problems directly, and then like I say, then we'll get to having a bit more fun. And they don't even know it yet. They don't even know the night they're in for. When Double M comes to town, we do it differently. And that's another thing as well. Being that guy, a lot of these guys in the group there, they'll probably look up to me or wherever it is, so I've got to show up. And also, like, they've invested in me, they put their time, they put their trust in me, in giving them back that knowledge and that fun time of coming to an event, so it's only right I show out. But like I say, I never thought I'd be here, boys. I fell into OFM and it was the best thing that ever happened to me. The same could happen for you. You've learned about it now, you understand a bit about the biz model. Check out some of my other videos if you still don't, or go ahead and hit me up directly. I'm always down to help people out. Life can change if you just put the work in. My one bit of advice, like I say, I'm landing today. We're going to have a little nap on the other end, box off a bit of work, get on top of all the employees and teams, schedule my plan properly for the next 3 days. I've got a podcast the very next day with my boys over at Progressors, absolute killers in the game. That's going to be super good, ready to drop way more gems on there. Super good hosts, they're able to ask me a lot more indicative questions. And then we've got the event the very next day. So things are looking good. But if I'm leaving you with one gem, it's just to work hard. Very simply. Look like, oh, work smart, don't work hard. No, bro, it's just work hard. Like, if I can attribute my success to one thing, it's constantly working hard. Like, even now, I'm on the plane, I'm recording the podcast, I'm utilising the time. Utilising every second of every day that you have, especially when you're at zero. It's all you have. All you have is time. You don't have the capital to reinvest or invest elsewhere. So make sure you're putting that time in, putting that work in, and you will be rewarded. As long as you're doing it in the right way, at the right business model, and the right action. If you go and put 14 hours a day into copywriting, I can't say you're going to make 100K a month. I can almost vouch that you're not going to make 100K a month, but if you do it in OFM business model as such, you're definitely going to be able to make it. Like I say, I just wanted to jump on here, chop up with the guys for a little bit, explain a little about my story, where things are at, and drop some game for you people. And I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next video, guys.